Hello, people. Today I come with a topic to talk that is the youth of the world and how I feel to be a part of them. Well, think of a youth who actually enjoys his life, going to school, studying, coming back to home with his phone, listening to music while going to school, while coming from the school, while in the school. When he comes home, he scrolls Instagram, watches social media, studies for a while, watches YouTube, watches Netflix, sleeps, wakes up, picks up his phone, sees Snapchat, sees Instagram, sees WhatsApp, picks up his earphones again, goes to school, listens to music, and comes back and watches again Instagram, Snapchat continuously, and the cycle goes on and on. Does that sound like a healthy thing to you? Well, to put it in this way, all the apps that we use today are made in such a way to feed us the content which we like, so that we keep coming back. Well, now it depends on type of content you like, but there are two aspects: content which you like and how it affects you, and the other thing is how the apps actually are shaping the country right now. Well, there is something called trending, which trends, people follow that trend, and when a reel is shared, a meme is shared, people share the joy. But let me tell you, also share the thoughts, because not all reels are good, and we are basically being manipulated every moment of our life. Be the music which we are listening, the Western songs about lust, sex, heartbreak. We might be even experiencing stuff which is imaginary, and you'll think at a moment, why am I even experiencing this? Like, for example, when you listen to The Weekend, you feel bad for a love which you never had, and that's not bad. But if you keep watching stuff, a comedy loses its track. Comedy isn't comedy anymore. It's sexism. It's misogynistic. It's brain rot content, and yet you watch it. Then don't you think you're harming yourself? Because somewhere deep down you're liking it, and if you like that, you're actually shaping a pathway. And if mass people like it, mass means of communication, the whole generation is getting affected by it. That's why if you see right now, in the current generation, there are certain terms. A relationship isn't relationship anymore. Cheating is rampant. The thing about girl best friends, boy best friends, benching, situationship, and many other stuffs have come up. Why do you think all these have spread? Wasn't life simple before? Social media, as good as the app can be to share knowledge and stuff, so it can also share. So the app can also be powerful enough to share propaganda and shape your mind. That's why I tell you, this generation needs to regain its ability to think on itself instead of being just sheeps and herds. But we are left with no choice, because when we are free, we watch stuff. The stuff we watch frames us. And why are we stuck in this cycle? Because we don't know any other options. And why is that? It's because, what is the reason? Why are we going through all this? Well, the thing is, we are scared. And we're not scared of anything. We're scared of depression, going back down the cycle, and to fight it, to cope with it. We watch such stuff to keep us occupied. But why are we depressed in the first place? These are some tough questions that we need to think and answer. But if you say it in another way, we are becoming consumption machines because we really don't see a purpose in our life. And that has to be seen in a larger picture. Imagine 20 years ago, when there was freedom struggle in India, people were excited and encouraged, and they went to fight for it. There was a purpose, people worked for it. But now, what do you have a purpose other than studying well for your parents so that they can feel happy for paying fees for you and keep getting good scores, which assures them that you're smart, intelligent, and you'll get a good job. And then when the time comes to job, well, it's the seal deal of the fate. And all this purposelessness in today's world, where when you look around and see, it's like, many things have already been developed, and you question yourself, well, what can I do right now? And if I want to do, how can I do it? These are genuine questions, and you feel lost because you feel helpless, because you end up to a conclusion that, well, there is nothing I can do right now, hence let me just study and enjoy my stuff when you're doing it right. But let me tell you something, The key to this solution, the key to this problem lies in this part when you ask yourself, are you the way you want it to be right now as you thought in your childhood? If the answer is yes, well, you made it. But if the answer is no, you really need to think, because it's not too late. You can still take up your interests and work behind it. And if you're scared that there's no one around you to influence you this time to go behind the path you want, become one. Become that bright, shining light of hope and prove it to people that you can do stuff that you wanted to do. Well, that's what I got to say. Just don't let anyone manipulate you. Use your own common sense. You don't need to watch all this cliche next level podcasts to develop your mind. Well, half of the things they say is common sense. I've heard it. And if you're listening to them for self improvement, it's good. But if you're lost in the trap of listening to them, that's bad. It's better to read a book. You don't need to listen to all that stuff. Experience comes from reading or seeing from the past and experiencing it in the present or imagining the situations well in advance. I suggest all three of them are free. You don't have to pay money for them. So do that and watch them as a reference, but don't get lost in it and do something with your life. Take action. Take action. That's the important message for the youth of this world. Thank you.